So it can be anybody.
Anybody. I'm kind of hungry if you want.
Yo, what's up, Ordinary Freaks? Here we're back with another episode. Today I have a very, very special guest, near and dear to my heart. Know this guy for several years. We reconnected, after
16 years?
16 years or so, but we stayed in contact. That's the power of social media. So please help me welcome my guy, J.O. He's a local Milwaukee artist, rapper, just a music phenomenon here in the Milwaukee area.
What up?
J.O., welcome.
What's going on, man?
How you doing,
to the show, man?
Dog, I'm feeling great, dog. Like, dog, I just feel like this like a prayer come true. I was gonna say dream come true. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like you said, okay, it probably went 16 years. I give it like 12 or something like that.
It's been a while.
It's been a while, 12
though.
years. That's a lot of time.
Yeah,
bro.
man. Yeah, we all obviously been doing our thing, man. It's like how he brought us together is just amazing, man. So, man, what up?
All right, man. Well, to start it off, let's get a little into the story.
Let's get it.
How do you get into obviously becoming an artist? Like, what drove you to say, you know what, this is for me, and I want to pursue that to the fullest?
Man, I feel like I don't know if every artist does this, but I know I've been like soul searching for something my whole life, bro. Like, I just wanted to get into something. First, it was like karate, dancing. None of that shit stuck, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm hopping into that, trying to just go hard on something. Basketball, you know, I'm good at these things, but you know, you got to touch your soul. So I'm like that with women too. I'm like, on to the next, man. I got to keep. You got to do what you got to do and just keep moving forward, keep pushing forward. And I know music always been something that I was just with my dad in long car rides and whatnot, and just trying to, you know, just feeling. That's when I felt the most in tune with myself, like with music. And man, it just came senior year. One of my friends, Trayon, he was rapping. And it just excited me that he could do it so good, you know what I'm saying? I just decided to try it. First I was doing poetry. And then what it was, you know, people started geeking you up like, man, you sound good. Like, cold. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, for real? Like, let me keep doing this. I got in the booth. I heard myself in that mic. It was a done deal, bro. Yeah, so, yeah, it's just, ever since then, I don't know, you just know when you find that one thing, you just got to really take off with it. And once I got deeper in it with the messages, that's a whole nother story. That's what made me really stick. First, it was just for fun. But when you really put the meaning behind it, that's what got me right there.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned your father kind of being inspiration with the music and, you know, those drives. What other inspirations, or where do you pull your inspirations when it comes to music and creating, you know, the sound? You call it, you know, your soulful sound that you create.
Yeah, man. Old school. I feel like it's the best music. I'm talking about old school, like Anita Baker, Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, like all the singers. It's crazy because I'm a rapper, but you know, I dabble in the singing a little bit, but you can tell they really meant, whether it was love songs, they really meant what they were saying and what they was feeling it. That's why I can't rock with all the music today, because I don't feel it, man. I gotta feel it, like them beats.
Yeah,
and, you know, the instrumentals. If it just tell a story, that's what I want to do. Tell my story. And once I figured out how to do that, you know what I'm saying. That's what, just listening to, let's see, Kanye West, middle school. I wouldn't even think about rapping then, but he's a big inspiration, man. Hearing him, I'm like, this dude sound like me. You know what I'm saying? Like a little school kid, like you know what I'm saying. But just talking some real stuff. Like, you can be angry, you can be sad, you can let them emotions out, man. You know, going through school, you feeling all kind of emotions. I know y'all feel that too. Like, whatever y'all's going through, man. You very emotional kids, like. So I had to let it out in some type of way, and some other inspirations. I said Kanye West, Drake. I'm gonna be honest, Drake. Hearing his So Far Gone album in 09.
Yep.
Man,
blew everybody's minds out.
Oh yeah, I'm like, that was enough for me. That was like, oh, I can do this, man. Because I mean, maybe it was just 40, because their production was amazing. So it's like them deep rappers like J. Cole and them people, they set it off for me. I'm like, first it was the singers, But then when I saw the rappers doing it too, kind of like a soulful vibe like the singers do, I'm like, oh yeah, that's where I'm at. That's me right there. So,
Gotcha. Can you, you really want to tell your story? Let people know who is J.O. Where do you come from, man? We're all from Milwaukee. We're trying to build a community, trying to give a platform to local entrepreneurs, artists, businessmen, whoever wants to tell their story. What do you want people to know J.O. for?
Very good question. Man, first of all, I'm human just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? I got my flaws. But the thing is, I am striving for a certain type of perfection within myself. Like I said, I've been soul searching. I want to make an impact, man. Like, I see people like Tupac or just these real big voices, or Will Smith even. He don't do music, but he's like very impactful people in the media. And I see a lot of people in the media, they have a great goal or great messages, and they don't really stay on track. I want to stay focused, and I want to like bring a spiritual aspect to it. I want to be a positive influence, man. Like, I want to, you know what I'm saying, teach little kids that they can keep chasing their dreams and, you know what I'm saying, spread love, and all this hate and negativity around, you know what I'm saying, it's just killing people off. You got depression everywhere. Like, a lot of songs I've been making, I can't even believe it. It's been helping people beat depression. Like, when I heard that, I'm like, man.
People are reaching out and stuff?
Yeah, people reaching out once they heard my song. Like, one of my songs, Hey Arnold, like something simple as that, or 1,000 times. I'm just speaking on how I feel about the world, and it's impacting other people. So my main message, who I am, what I'm trying to do through the music, I'm a very, very firm believer in God, and I got a great relationship with God. I don't want to sit here and say I'm doing Christian rap, because that's not what it is, but it's a spiritual thing behind it, and I want people to feel that, you know what I'm saying, when I make music, and I want them to be touched, like, whether they don't, even if they don't know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying, they can make their own little story out of the art that I'm creating. And I want to be known for just, like, I want them to be like, hey man, you're a great person. And when they see that I'm a great person, I'll be like, yeah, man, it's the God in me. It's not really just me. You know, I'm humbled by that, by who God has made me. You know, I really stay in my spiritual aspect, and I don't want to taint my image. You know, reputation it means a lot. Yeah. You know, you don't want to do nothing to taint your own image. So whenever I can spread love and help people out of their ditches, you know, I got this brand called Eon, so we can get more into that. But basically, it's the elevation over negative situations. And everybody got their negative situations. I want us to elevate and just conquer and, you know what I'm saying, be positive and push forward. Because if you don't have that confidence, man, you're not going to be able to make your dreams come true. So that's my message right there. I want the kids to know, elevate. You're going to go through negative things, but we all elevate. Yeah, so that's what it is.
Yeah, that's dope. I mean, I really resonate with that. And, you know, obviously listening to your music, like you just mentioned, Hey Arnold, like that really touched me. And I think that's like more like an anthem for like those 90 kids. I mean, even some 2000 kids, I got to see that, right? Where like, you definitely like, I don't know, we're like I didn't really get to know you, you know, when we were supposed to meet and stuff. But at the same time, like through your music, like, especially that song, like reminded me of like, dead ass running back home and like trying to catch that show before it was over, and then like
crazy
I had
show,
to go, you know, take care of my little brother or whatever it might have been. But man, like what you're speaking is truth. Like we've been kind of repeating this message of like, you know, you pull as you climb, and especially with our communities, like we have to be the people that have to uplift.
Oh, definitely.
And get rid of that negative vibe, because it's crazy. Like, you know, especially now, like, yeah, it's coming up. Yeah, it's getting better for everybody. But at the same time, it's like, we're just exposing everything worse. You know, like if you really want to be negative, you're going to be super negative. If you want to be super positive, you're going to be super positive.
Exactly. We got a responsibility, man. We rub off on other people. And so it's about the energy you bring around, because you can affect others in negative or positive. So,
yeah. What does that single, Hey Arnold, mean to you? And where did that idea come about?
That was just me really digging back into myself. Like, I try to make music for other people a lot of times, but this one was more selfish. You know, I was like, I love this beat. I was listening to Isaiah Rashad right before I heard the song.
I love Isaiah Rashad.
And
Shout out.
so once I like listen to the people that do influence me, sometimes it influenced me to make a song like right then and there. And I'm just having to be right here on this couch. The studio was over here, and I'm like, man, let me hop in the booth. I heard a song. It kind of felt like an Isaiah Rashad vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I just instantly thought that like an old TV shows like Hey Arnold, how I used to be, just in my mom's house in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
I was born in Chicago, raised here, and I always go back and forth from Milwaukee to Chicago. At that time, it was just summertime. I'm living with my mom, and that was my favorite show at the time, man. And it was just so nostalgic for me. So I didn't just think about the show. I thought about what I was doing at the same time.
Right.
I was raising my little brothers and sisters, and just kind of in a, I felt like I was in a more of a lost state when I was in school back here in Milwaukee. But when I would go out there, it would help me get away and just really feel like, I don't know, like I just took a trip to LA or something.
Yeah.
It wasn't that far, but it was,
Yeah.
it felt real good, man. And watching that show made me feel like a kid again. So I had to portray it for people, man. Got in my zone.
That's sick.
Let's talk about the progression as an artist. So obviously I know you're not at where you want to be, but you've definitely evolved. I mean, like you said, you didn't start rapping till senior year of high school.
Right, man.
And there's been a progression of 8 years. How has that looked? I mean, you just came off a tour not too long ago. So, how do you go from, shit, I just found rap, I like rap, to, hey, I'm on tour, I'm trying to, make moves, hustle, grind, be out here, get my name out there?
Man, it's about that. It's about the dedication. That's number one thing. And consistency, man. I feel like a lot of people, they start young and they super hungry, but then, a lot of distractions come and, you might lose focus or you might lose hope, anything. For me, like whatever I did, I picked up, I go hard on, go super hard. But I might realize it wasn't for me. But when I realized rapping was for me, I'm like, I got to go hard. I'm like, and I had my team around me, ENT, Empire Natural Talent, Eternal Never Temporary. We got a bunch of names, but these like my brothers. They rapping too, and whether they know it or not, I feel like their hope wasn't all the way there, and I feel like it was up to me, because they called me captain, like, so I was looked at as a leader, and as a leader, you got a responsibility. I'm like, man, I'm gonna make sure we get there, because I believe so much, is no doubt in my mind. I'm like, I'm gonna make sure we get there. So all I gotta do is just what I know how to do. We ain't got tours at the moment when we first started rapping. We didn't have no connects, nothing. We just had a little budget studio we going to with somebody I used to work with at Taco Bell,
Yeah.
So, I'm like, I'm just gonna make the music that make me feel good and just keep doing that and just throw it out there and just see how people respond. I was just throwing stuff out and throwing mixtape after mixtape. I probably got like 5 mixtapes out, you know what I'm saying? And people responded real well already. Like the first mixtape, grown man, like 42 years old, talking about I changed his life, made him want to, treat his daughter better or something like that. Like just stuff like that. I'm like, like, man, I'm impactful. I'm doing something, man. Like I love that feeling that I'm helping people. So I'm like, as long as I know I can help people, there's no way I'm getting out of this. Like I found my niche, my knack, whatever you want to call it. And I'm like, so I'm like, okay, I can see the vision far off now. Like right here, I'm helping people. I feel like, what if I can shift the world in a way, like the whole culture? Like I can affect people over here in New Mexico, Iran or something, you know what I'm saying? Like go Japan. Like what if I can go that far? I was like, I need to do that. So let me go connect with people. Let me, keep that faith. It was hard at first, but, you start seeing people with like minds. When they see you doing what you're doing, you're going to see people, either doing something similar or doing the same thing. And they might be further than you. And that's what it is. Took some people that's further than me it was a helping hand. Like my boy Clutch brought me on the first tour 2 years ago. Now we on the second tour. Now we about to go on our third one, man. It's wonderful things happening. And he's a man of God too. So now we got a spiritual connection. So things just been going great, man. I feel like my relationship with God has helped me, because I feel like God's watching me. Like, man, I got you. Just stay consistent. Like, it's going to be some times where you You know what I'm saying? It's gonna seem like it's not gonna happen, but that's the thing. I never lost faith in this. So I know that's what it is. Like, I just gotta be patient and consistent and dedicated. That's it.
The magic words right there. That's the secret recipe.
Yeah,
Definitely. Though.
Consistency, dedication, man.
I wanted to ask you, you know, from your tours, from all you've done so far in your career, what's one of the, you know, experiences that stuck out in your mind that you're like, man, like this is a cool, you know, this is either really dope or like you said, really impactful that you just want to keep going. What's one of them?
It's a lot of them, not gonna lie. But the last one I just can't get out of my head, man. We was just at the Miramar Theater. It's the last show of the tour. It's just happened. I'm talking about what, May 25th. I hopped in my bag, man. I knew the show was coming. So we was going on tour, going to all these other cities and whatnot. And it was like, I saw it. I knew, I'm like, this is going to be practice for me. So a lot of them didn't have a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? I knew I had to kind of get personal and just get comfortable with performing. You still a little nervous. You know what I'm saying? You got a few fans, but you got to do what you got to do. I knew it was practice. But then we had like 20 days to a month until the last show. So I knew that was my time to like really just get back in my zone and really just, I don't know, just perfect performing. That's what I wanted to do after. I knew I had the music down pat. So now it's time to like impact the crowd. I want to control the crowd, you know, kind of thing. So I made myself every day, like if not every day, every other day. I'm in here or outside, just walking somewhere, just picture myself in front of the crowd, just going crazy, talking to them. I'm watching performances from old Jay-Z performances, old J. Cole. It's people I consider that got that confidence I need. Like some people, like Drake, he's a great rapper, but I think he suck at performing. Like, but you know what I'm saying? I'm watching other people and that I just think are tight and how they do it and how they move and just taking bits and pieces because I feel like you got to have your own feel to it.
Right.
So as soon as I practiced enough, I prayed before I got on that stage, man. Did a little drinking before I got up there. Glad it didn't affect nothing. I got up there, man, and I don't even have to say it. Everybody told me afterward, I blew people away. Like one of my friends, Selena, she said she was crying after the performance. And I know I was up there. I was literally in my bag and just I rocked it. And that ain't gonna leave me. That let me know I solidified my spot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like people are watching me now and I'm really doing something. And that was great, man. Very impactful.
How special is it, you know, performing in Milwaukee versus performing in other places?
And I think because it's hard to get support from your hometown sometimes, especially in Milwaukee, small city. It's the biggest city in Wisconsin. But when they see you finally doing something like going on tour, that's when they start watching. Like, hold up, he's not just a local artist. He actually trying to get out here. So I do them shows, you know, get them looks and stay connected. And I see people kind of pushing me on and I'm keeping them updated. And I knew that once I come back to the city, I'm letting them know, like, I'm coming back. And I come back, all the people showing up now, I'm getting a lot of love. And I'm like, yes, now I can really get the people that I've been trying to get from the start anyway. I want to get y'all first, but y'all wasn't listening. It's cool, though. Now I got y'all. Right. Now, that's what made me go hard. I'm like, this is it. This is the hometown. Y'all need to know first what we trying to do here and bring to the rest of the world. So I love it. I love performing here, man, because this is where all my people at. Right. And I feel like they finally catching on. So, I perform anywhere here, man. Anywhere.
Yeah. You touched a little bit on your clothing brand, Eons. Can you maybe go a little more in depth and maybe the reasoning why you kind of decided to go with clothing? Because I know with artistry, a lot of that stuff kind of goes hand in hand, right? Like it's part of the brand building, but why Eons, and why did you decide to drop it when you did?
This was about 2 years ago, honestly. People just telling me like, man, you got the music, you got the sound, you need to brand yourself though. Like my cousin, his name's Cannon. He's actually doing real big things. I don't know if y'all heard of Lecrae, the Christian rapper, artist, or whatever. He's pretty big right now. He on Breakfast Club and whatnot. But Cannon is doing stuff with him. Like he's on his label. and he's like my mentor at this. He's telling me like, hey, I've been watching you, man. Even though he out here in Atlanta doing his thing, going hard, he telling me, he's like, man, you need to really get on this. Before I had Instagram, he's like, get on social media and brand yourself.
Yep.
Stay on social media and just figure out what it is. I'm like, brand myself. I'm like, I'm J.O. Like, what do you mean? He's like, no, man. Like, when you think of Burger King, when you think of, you know what I'm saying, have it your way at the brand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, don't fuck
that up. You know, when you think about certain things, you see a Nike sign, you know that's Nike. You know,
Right.
You want to get something that's associated with you. So I'm like, okay. The biggest thing for me is the music. So I'm like, what am I talking about in the music, and how can I put a label on that? You know, and how can I make a label out of it if I need to in the future? And that's why I decided. It just came to me one day. Really, my stepdad out of Chicago, he helped me out. I forgot what I was saying, and we both came up with it together. It was a collab effort, and I'm like, man, that's my brand. He was like, well, do it. I'm like, I just felt like that was it. Like, it just come to. I didn't want to rush it, and when you know, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It fits with the music. It fits with my message. I haven't started a clothing line really. I got one shirt from Cho. That's my boy from Milwaukee. He got his whole clothing line going on, and I'm proud of him. I look up to anybody with a clothing line because I haven't got there yet. Because that hasn't been my big focus, which I think is gonna come. But I just want people to know eons. Like when they see my music, I feel like I'm throwing eons. That's what I call it. Like, because it also means eternity. So I want to throw some eternity away. When I drop a song, I'm giving you some eons, give you some eternity. So I want you to feel that spiritualness. That's
a cool ad lib.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I just dropped some eons. I knew some eons today. Just dropped that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's dope. I like it.
So,
great branding, by the way.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, man. It felt great. It felt like it was the right thing. So I had to stick with it.
You talked a little bit about your team, ENT. You kind of just mentioned their name and how they got you in a sense into this, and you being the captain of that. Can you tell us a little bit more about how important that support system is, or being that leader, and what does that mean to you to continue doing this, just rap music and thing you love?
Hey, I feel like you need a support system. I don't know too many people that did it without it, and if they got that backstory where they literally made it by themselves, I would love to meet them. But you just like y'all came together, and them like minds just help, man. Like, it really helps your build that confidence. Because if I just started rapping and just literally doing this by myself, it'd be hard, man. Because I need somebody to tell me I'm good sometimes, Like, I don't need it so much anymore. I know I got this, but just having your team by your side, going through the struggles with you, going to having no shows and no views and all this stuff, just encouraging each other and getting in the studio, making music that, like, I think they're so amazing. They think I'm amazing. And because when you're great, you don't really look at yourself as great. If you're being humble, unless you're Kanye West. But but I know I'm great, but I don't play my music every day. Like, I play their music, or I play other people that inspire me. They inspire me. They literally inspire me. Like my friend Roger and Dennis, like he goes by Scratch and he goes by Dodger Black. But I hear them, I'm like, damn, we really getting somewhere. Because it's hard to like listen to yourself all the time and be like I don't know, like,
oh, I know.
Yeah, it's like you need to hear something fresh.
Right.
And they're the freshest because they're like, they got similar sounds but different. So we kind of like a TDE in a way. Yeah. Because they got a crew, but they're not a group like B2K or nothing like that.
Right. They're no NWA or nothing.
Yeah, like they're doing their own thing. Like, and that's what it is. We are own individuals, but I feel like I gotta go get it for us, man. Like, I'm gonna just keep grinding and put us on, or take them with me. I was on tour. We ran into the DJ GA at the radio station. We got out there and got great class with him, but I brought JJ with me. He's in ENT. I'm like, man, come with me, bro. You finna experience this with me. And just having him there with me made me enjoy it way more. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I can be myself. I can really speak on this stuff now, like, because I know my boy gonna support me, and I know I know they looking up to me, man. And I love having somebody looking up to me. because I know I look up to certain leaders, and I just want to keep being a great example. And that's one of my main goals, just put my team on. Once I do that, I feel like I just really accomplished a lot. So yeah, I keep my brothers close, man, because they inspire me, I inspire them. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's tight. It definitely reminds me of that relationship like I have with B, and like I think it's like why
I bet, man.
Right, yeah.
of like having that validation, like someone like, "Oh, you're doing it," or like,
Exactly.
or like, you know, even just checking you. Like sometimes you need that hard love, like,
Build each
yo,
other's
you
confidence.
fucking up, like,
Yep.
Oh yeah, that too, man.
That too.
you know,
yeah.
like. I think that's definitely key if you want any type of growth within a group, because otherwise it's like, then why you even here? You know, like what are we doing? We're just wasting time.
And
right
exactly, man, I ain't gonna lie, we fight like we little girls sometimes. Like we got a chat in Facebook. I was just arguing with Roger at work, like, "Fuck you talking about?" You know, like, why am I doing this, bro? But then right after, 10 minutes later, I love you, bro. You know,
Yeah.
like you can't let that stuff.
Nah, right.
But you know, it's just the emotions. You just trying to. As a crew, it's also gonna be tough too.
It's love, yeah.
Yeah, man, you're not afraid to give feedback. I mean, if it's some people, I just don't. If I don't fuck with you really, I'm probably not gonna I'll give you some feedback, but I can't really argue with you how I would with my brother
Right.
for you to really see my point. And yeah, you need that sometimes. You need them situations you go through, and once you get over it, and y'all get even closer, even stronger.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we do a lot together, not even just music. We used to party together in college and smoke together and all that stuff. And now I'm watching them get families, and man, I'm so proud of them, man. They inspire me because I have no kids, I'm not married or nothing, but watching them do it is helping me get ready because I know it's coming. So I'm just staying in my lane right now, though.
You got to.
Got to.
You got to, dog.
So yeah.
So what's the vision for J.O.? What are we gonna see in the next couple of weeks, months, years? What's your ultimate goal when it comes to everything you're doing?
Well, I dropped like 5 mixtapes.
Where can they find that?
Oh man, it's on I got one on Dat Piff. I got bandcamp.com. It's like 3 of them up there, but now I'm putting a lot of my stuff on like iTunes, Spotify. Like I finally, getting the professional aspect. It's all on YouTube. It's all on Instagram, of course, with the links. But yeah, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, all that stuff. You just type in J.O_Eons. I'm probably gonna change the name to make them all J.O_Eons because it's when you just type in J.O, it's like some other J.Os pop up.
Yeah.
I don't like that shit.
Nah, hell no.
Until I'm, get big, I need to
Be
just,
searchable.
yeah, exactly. So about another week or so, everything's gonna be J.O_Eons. So that's what you can look through that. Right now, just type in J.O. You'll find me me though. Look for Hey Arnold, and then you'll see all the rest of my shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And but I'm dropping an album in August. I don't got the exact date yet. I finally feel like it's time for an album. I've been doing mixtape after mixtape, and people watching me now. So I want to do something so impactful. Like before, I was just throwing out music. Nah, I've been taking my time, bro. I've been working on this album since last year, like October. So I'm like,
Damn.
yeah,
That's some time.
exactly. So it's like I finally taking my time, and JJ keeps saying, "Be patient, bro. It's a virtue." And I'm like, I know, I need to drop something. You know what I'm saying? So now I keep feeding people videos, and I'm staying very active. Like all my old songs that I
You gotta keep pushing them.
Yeah,
I
keep pushing songs. Like I do freestyles here and there. So I'm always active, but when the album drops, that's when it's really finna take off, man. We're gonna go on tour again, and we're gonna hit bigger cities, not New York and LA this time. And I think we finna lift off for real, like off the ground. Like, once they hear this album that I've been really putting my heart into, it's no turning back.
That's dope. That's dope. Before we move into our another segment of questions, I know we've been asking quite a bit, but is there anything else you want to add that we haven't touched yet?
Man, not really, man. I'm just glad to be here, man.
I know, likewise.
Straight up,
Likewise.
man.
It's a beautiful day out.
Yeah, I'm
Having
just,
a really good conversation. All right, well,
for real.
I'll start it off.
Go ahead.
For the kids that are just newly graduated or about to graduate from high school and or college, because a lot of people go to college, they go through it and they're like, damn, I didn't feel like I got a lot from it or anything from it. What would you tell those kids as far as like any advice?
Oh, I would say definitely. I wouldn't say when you get out of high school, I feel like they put a big stigma for you to go straight to college.
Yeah.
I don't think that's necessarily the thing you should do. I'm not saying nothing's wrong with college, but you need to find what it is you really want to do first. It's not gonna always come right to you right after high school. So you need to do some soul searching, maybe work a 9-to-5 job until you figure that out, and do some spiritual connecting. I don't know how you do that. You might go in somewhere in the woods and just stare into the sky or something. I don't know. But figure that out first. Then go chase it hard. You know what I'm saying? If it's in college, go get that degree and do not stop until you get it. And for me, it just wasn't for me, a college thing. But, I could have went in there for engineering or production or did something around music. I feel like I didn't need to, but that's why I'm chasing my dreams in my way so hard. Because if you're not going to go to college, you need to really go hard in what you're doing.
You got to hard, yeah.
So I feel like I'm taking maybe a hard way, but you know what I'm saying? It's just you got to stick to it. So if you in college and stay in the books, man, don't let these girls distract you. Don't let these boys distract you. You know what I'm saying? You're going to go through relationships, but you got to stay focused because, people can get off track and you can have kids, but don't let that motivate you. Anything you go through, let it motivate you. Let it be, like I said, elevation of negative situations. Negative situations come, elevate and use it to your advantage. You know what I'm saying? Let it build your character.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
What's the best advice you ever gotten, and who did it come from?
Ooh, deep question, too. Oh, man. Take a little thought. Let me see.
Take your time.
Now we're getting to the real question.
Yeah, it's definitely, man. Best advice? It's probably from my dad, man. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of parents pressure you to do stuff that you don't want to do, and he just allowed me to be free to be me. And he's basically saying, "Hey, you be yourself, man. You take your own path." You know what I'm saying? Like, basically, you figure it out. Not that he just leave me out in the world to, by myself, but he basically saying, be a man. You know what I'm saying? Go be you. Don't care what nobody thinks. And as I watch him, he don't care what nobody thinks. Every graduation I'm at, he loud, you know what I'm saying, in the stands or in the basketball games, anything I even had. Like, he not scared to be himself. So he's telling me, be you to the fullest. And then I hear from other places. Now, it started with him, but then I hear from other places, like maybe even pastors. Basically, you got to give your 100% all. Me and Dennis have real spiritual talks. This around time we were smoking. We don't smoke no more, but we just always just talk about just go hard, man. Just you gotta, whatever it is you're doing, you can pass up on any opportunities if you're just not giving your all into it. So yeah, that's my best advice, man. Just whatever you do it with your might. That's also in the Bible. I don't remember what scripture it was, but I read that. It just always comes back. Go hard. Like, basically, that's the message. Go hard.
And you'll figure it out,
yeah,
for
exactly,
sure.
Exactly.
If you could have dinner with anybody, dead or alive, who would it be and where would you take them?
Dinner. So it can be anybody.
Anybody. I'm kind of hungry if you want.
Yeah, I'll take you, man. We talking about dinner. I think of dinner, I'm thinking of a date. So I'm thinking like, find this girl I can. But when we do that, it had to be like, if I can't pick Jesus, it's probably gonna be like Martin Luther King then or something, because I want to meet people impactful, like that I know stay focused and really like impacted the whole world. I want to talk to them people. So yeah, I want to sit down with Martin Luther King. I want to sit down with these people that just got this mindset like, okay, I need to conquer, or I need to really shift this culture, because I know that's what I want to do. So it's like, I need to talk to them people, man. I need to talk to the big figures. Yeah, so Martin Luther King, Jesus.
Where will you take them?
It ain't even got to be nowhere fancy, man. I'm taking the Burger King.
Hey,
I'm like, have it your way, Martin Luther King. For real.
This is our last question. Again, we are titled "The Ordinary Freaks." We lead it up to interpretation. So, on a scale from 1 to 10, how weird are you? How much of a freak are you, and why?
Yes, I'm very weird, man. I would give it a 10. I don't care, man. Like all through school, that's when my weirdness really was coming in. I just didn't know how to handle it. I'm super quiet because I'm like, I know I'm weird. I'm like, I don't want anybody to know I'm weird.
Say something.
Exactly. So
Come out wrong.
I do shit people wouldn't expect. I still play Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's my shit. And I'm all about expressing myself through music in different ways. So I might hit a note or a melody that people haven't heard of, and that's what I want. I want it to be different. Like I go out my way to be different, even when it seems like it's out of common sense. Sometimes people may think I'm even slow or something because I just refuse to do what people do all the time. I want to do something different. So I feel like when you're choosing to literally step out of that norm, you're automatically like that 10% weird because you're choosing it, and that's what I want. So I'm claiming that 10%, 100% weird. Like I did 1 out of 10. I'm just
being yourself.
Yeah, I want to be myself 100%. So if I'm not weird, I feel like I'm doing something wrong, man.
All right.
Dope, man. Well, before we wrap it up, I know you mentioned it a little bit, but where can people find you?
Man, find me on Facebook. Type in Joel J.O Lee. My page is J.O. I got an Eons page too. Type in elevation negative situations. Instagram, really, man, the most popping thing for me right now. J.O underscore Eons. That's where I'm posting everything though. So really Instagram. Yeah, find me on YouTube, man. You can, I don't know if I even got like a YouTube / J.O Eons, but type in J.O - Hey Arnold, then go down the list and find some
Yeah,
shit.
you'll find it. You'll definitely find it.
Nah, we'll link all that stuff below too. Thank you, J.O. It's been good reconnecting after a couple of years, man. After this, it's not gonna be years anymore, man. It's gonna be days, weeks. You know,
man,
we don't let it be that long. Thank you, Eddie, for hosting another episode with me.
Thank you, B.
Ordinary Freaks. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.
Peace.